Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh on Sunday the 21st of January 2024 with FLOSSTUBE number 209. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel about counter cross stitch. In the midst of birthday month, so far week, but yeah, I am enjoying day 4 of a 5-day weekend. I took Thursday, Friday off for my birthday, and tomorrow, Monday, is Wellington Anniversary Day, so a public holiday for the Greater Wellington region. And yay for having a couple of extra days off, even though we only just went back to work. You know, it's quite nice to be able to ease into it. Have a little bit of random stitchy stuff to show you today, which is quite nice considering this is supposedly a YouTube channel about cross stitch. Couple of other random things to share, I guess. Yeah, thanks to a bunch of you for lovely birthday wishes through all sorts of channels, including Instagram, Facebook, direct email, and whatever this is called, YouTube comments. It's really lovely. I had a quite busy day actually on my birthday. The morning was a bit quiet, read a book, yay, love reading. Started my new start, which I'll show you shortly, and then headed off for a bunch of errands and some jobs to get my eyebrows done and my roots. So actually I got all my hair done. I got it all over, well, you know, roots and comb through. It's probably a slightly darker shade than it has been. My hairdresser, I've been with the same hairdresser for a long time, but they recently decided to shut down their salon that they owned and just not renew the lease and go back to just working for a salon. So all three, I think it's 3 of the stylists at my little tiny privately owned salon moved sort of down the road a bit to a chain. So they have different product. So they're still working on getting the colour right. I had wanted to go a little bit lighter with the red, ended up being a little bit darker. I'm fine with it. It's here, you can change it, but I'd rather any colour than grey, so yay me. So that was kind of a busy Wednesday for my birthday. I usually take the day just to do things for myself, pick up, had a few online order pickups and other bits and pieces to do. Friday I had the day off, yay. Again, relatively quiet day, but I did go to dinner at a friend's house. So they, my childhood friend from Whakatane, who lives down the road around the corner, cooked a dinner. Hubby threw some prawns and some lamb on the barbecue. We played a few games of cards. Yesterday, it was a hot, humid day. Me and my scrappy buddies went over to the Wairarapa to Greytown for the day to have lunch and do a little bit of shopping, window shopping. And I bought a couple of cross-stitch kits on sale, which I'll show you shortly. I think we left here about 11. We did a wee birthday exchange because all 3 of us have birthdays within 3 weeks. We always give each other little gifts. I've got some lovely little things from them. I won't show you. They're sort of not really stitchy related. So, but a lovely mug and coaster and a couple of lovely bags and some garden scissors and some stationery and yeah, a bunch of really lovely little things. That was really cool. And today, lovely quiet day at home. I love quiet days at home. And tomorrow, Monday, catching up with another friend, my friend Karen, for a drink or 2 in the afternoon probably. Little birthday shenanigans will continue because that's the way I roll. I'm having the last of, what is this? Something I bought. It is Good George Brewing Company strawberry daiquiri infused cider. So for North America, it's hard cider. I just had a wee bit left from Friday. It's not that alcoholic, it's quite refreshing and not very sweet, which is nice because a lot of those ciders, freshy ciders, are way too sweet for me. Anyway, having that, finished that off. It is 12:43 in the afternoon, so I am at least not drinking for breakfast, which has happened before. Quickly, Dad's, his back's just sucks. His back's really, that's the thing giving him the most grief at the moment. It's his physical kind of back injury. So, yeah, had a back injury since 18 on and off. He's had a number of surgeries. It's had periods of his life where it's been not too bad, and then at the moment, unfortunately, old age and just general wear and tear, it's just, the problems he's had have worsened. You tend to lose structural integrity as you get older, so when you're already weak, it doesn't help, but there's not a lot it can do really. So he's on quite a bit of pain meds at the moment, which he doesn't enjoy, and it's getting down a little bit, but other than that, he's doing okay. Got some lovely flowers from my sister, which she was really naughty because we don't usually exchange birthday gifts, and her birthday's 2 days before mine, so I hadn't sent her flowers. But anyway, when I intend to visit her, go over to Australia later on this year, maybe in July, or probably in July, and I'll do something fancy for her 50th this year when I'm over there. That's pretty much it. Let's go on to some Stitchy stuff. So I have a few things to show you. Again, not showing you all my birthday gifts, but because this is Stitchy related, my friend Christine and Dunedin sent me a little parcel with with a lovely card and a couple of little Stitchy doodads. So a little scissor fob with scissor thing to stick on the end, scissor keep, stop your pokey your hand thingy, and a little pair of some little masquerade ball kind of mask, and a matching frogger. So that's just a large needle with a little Stitchy hoofer. I'm so good with words. So that was really lovely. So yeah, that's Stitchy related, so I thought I'd show you. I also got I had an accident. I had some stuff that I'm going to show you was on my counter, and when I got the flowers, before I put them in the vase, I didn't realise that they were leaking. So everything did get wet, but nothing's run and it's all dried okay. But I got my Silks for You December 2023 Silks of the Month. So again, everything got a bit wet, so the labels are a bit munted, but that's all right. So these are lovely berry colours. So they are very cute. I had to dry everything out, and also in the same package, because Catherine from Country Stitch, whatever, acts as the go-between to ship out the New Zealand folks, and I've got stuff that I got her to kit me up, a lot of the bits and pieces for my Bella Filipina, something of the Cursed Sea. Is it Temptress of the Cursed Sea? Something like that. And so she's done the equivalent, instead of the Krynak, the equivalent Petite Treasure braids. Those, and then most of the beads. I already had a couple of the bead packs in my stash. So just a bunch of very moody, she's a very moody wench, this Temptress, very moody beads, and I've got a couple of others that I already had, part packs. I think all I need for that, other than the fabrics, I haven't decided what I'm doing with the fabric yet, will be there's some crystals, I think, a pack of crystals, so I've asked her to order those, so I'll turn up eventually. I don't know, I don't imagine I'll start it, I don't know when I'm starting it, probably not this year, but if I get everything kitted up, maybe I will. And then the other Stitchy related thing that's new were a couple of kits that I picked up when I was in Carterton yesterday, and I can't remember the name of the store. Local gals know there's a little lovely things store, like a little giftware store. And they have a whole bunch of really cool kits that they get in from a South African designer. And I know there are quite a few of my local gals, people who, you know, have shopped there, have picked up things in the past. They do, I've got 2 of these. They were half price, so they were down from $20, down from $40 to $20. They've got 2 of them. They're called Just Love Stitch. And these are wall art. They come on, so they're wooden stitching canvas. And then they have some little pieces that slot in to kind of make a bit like a box. So this cross stitch sits proud of the wall. And then you have these side pieces that sort of slot in. They come with the threads. I love the colours. They're very similar colour palettes, so they're very complementary, very me. What have they got? 3830, 3828, 5200, black, 779, and something I can't see, but those colours there. So yeah, they were a really good price. They also do lots of lovely leather things, so they have smaller little wooden kits as well, ornaments and various bits and pieces, but they also have leather goods, so you can get wallets and luggage tags, little card wallets, little bags, little purses, and they have panels that you cross stitch the designs on, and they're really beautiful. Now they are quite pricey. I mean, quality is excellent. I'd need them to be on sale for me to purchase one of those, but these were on sale. They're really, really fun, and I thought $20 was a really good price. So they were new to me. When will I do them? Who knows, but they're there. Yeah, so that's what's new in right this moment in time. So what did I stitch on? Well, first up, you know I had a new start planned for my birthday on Thursday, so I had to stitch on something for some of the other days of the week. So I carried on with our Forest Embroidery Southern Land, which last time you saw it, I had done this side up here. I still had to do this bit. That bit had been done. I needed to do this little stripe along here, that centre motif, and this row of roses. I could have finished it, but once I started my new start on Thursday, I couldn't put it down. So I didn't quite get a finish. I thought I might get a finish. Southern Land is on 32 count fairy dust from Zweigart with my own colour conversion. This was one of my 50 at 50. I'm going to give you a wee update on the 50 at 50 because people have been asking for that. But anyway, I got this much done. So I got the centre motif in, I got the other side of that blue done. So all that is left is the row of what I call the airmail stripe along here. That's the first bit of it there. Now, all of the 4 colours, yes, 4 colours in there, they alternate. And then in here we've got two sets of roses. So those little roses up here. So just in the red and the pale blue. And that's that email stripe on there. So I'm very nearly done. So I am going to finish it this week. If I hadn't have had my new start, I probably would have carried on. I'm getting very low on the light blue. I probably have enough to do, but it's going to be close. And I only had one skein at Threadworks, and I'm not buying another skein at Threadworks. So what I'm going to do is, if I run out where that email stripe that has 4 colours, I will leave the light blue out and just do the 3. And even if I got super desperate, which I've done this on other charts where I ran out of a variegated thread, I didn't want to buy a whole new skein. There's light blue in that center, like a little grid. If I needed like enough for like 10 stitches, I would pull that out, replace it with dark blue, and stick that. I've done that before. I'd like, where can I take some light blue and redistribute it? That's kind of the only place on the chart I could do that. But damn it, I would do it if I had to. Gosh, if I really do actually run out, I don't know what I'll do. You know what, I could leave. What I'll do is I'll stitch these two leaves last, this one here and this one here, and I can put my initials in there, put L and M in there. I'm not buying another skein. I will make it work. There's all sorts of tricksy things you can do. I'll even find something else to pull out if I had to or leave out to do the date as well. So then on Thursday, I only had a really small amount of time for my new start on Thursday. So in the morning before I headed off to do all my things, I got started on the brick house sampler, and I did quite a bit of it on Friday because I really did kind of sit on my chuff half the day. So brick house sampler, and this is Brenda Gervais under the brand with a needle and thread. This chart was a pass the stash from Sam, Mind My Needle, and I'm doing it on 40 count Heartland linen from P2P, which I've remembered definitely was a rack from Judith a while ago, and I am using my own overdye cotton conversion. So yeah, started on my birthday, and I got all of the bottom band done, and it looks amazing. So I'm very happy with it. A couple of the colors that I had pulled have changed. So when I originally pulled my color conversion, one color I've actually stitched in the center of these flowers, and a little bit hard to see on screen, but in person they're okay. They're little stamens on these flowers. I changed, it's a color I pulled for another symbol. I might swap that other symbol out, I don't know, but it just didn't look right. So changed that, and I think another color I changed somewhere, from what I'd pulled, but yeah, I'm so happy with it. So that's probably, oh no, not quite a third-ish, just under a third done. So yeah, I'll put that away. Probably gonna finish my Southern Land, and then I've got a new start planned because why not? But I'm really pleased with the little bit of progress I got on that. It's not going to take me long to finish that. It definitely will be I do try and finish my birthday starts within the year, and I'll definitely get that finished. Okay, so I mentioned a new start. I've totally forgotten who I'm starting this with. It's gone out of my mind, but up on the screen because I'm just having a blank. Menopause. But there's an older hashtag that a couple of people are starting, and it's all one word, but I've sort of spelled it out. So the Embrace the Folds sal. I mean, if you're watching this channel, you're not a pearl clutcher, but you can handle nude cross stitching, but it's the Nora Corbett Moon Glow, and I've had this kitted up for a little while, and so I'm going to start it. I'll finish my other Nora Corbett, so why not? So this is going to be a birthday month start. So I have that kitted up with the call for fabric, because the fabric is beautiful, the colour. Of course it's lovely and stiff because it's witch hilt. What is the called for? Mediterranean Sea. It is a beautiful colour, but I've got all the bead pack with all the bling bling. I bought the chart and the bead pack together, but I am stitching it with my own silks. So I've grabbed, I think I bought, is this one called for? One moment. I think this one was called for. I kitted it up such a long time ago that I don't remember anymore. So professional. 146. Okay, yeah, so this one is called for, which is Moon Glow. As I had nothing in my stash that was that kind of light, soft, soft kind of moon glow color. But the others are all kitted up just from my stash, and I think they are all silks for you, yes. So my flowers, mine are going to be different because I have random stuff. So these are the colours that I've got and they're called for, and the linen. So yeah, I have so much silk that it seems silly. I'm excited about that, so I'm probably going to start that today just so I can get it started. And then, yeah, sometime this week finish my Southern Land, which will be awesome to get a finish. So Southern Land was one of my 50 at 50. So for those of people new to the game, I'll just finish this drink. When in 2022 I started 50 at 50. 50 starts in the 50 weeks from when I turned 50, which was the 18th of January. And I had no expectations on how many I would finish. I did finish 31 of them. Probably the one thing I would have done differently in hindsight was start less really big things, and probably a couple of projects. I started a couple of projects as sort of sales and rushed putting the kit together and didn't love the fabric. But I started a few too many really big samplers, and they're the ones that I still have. Just in the spirit of starting 50 projects, you just don't get to go back to them. So that was like, because I wanted to get as many finishes as I could, of course you go back to the ones, and even last year you go back to the ones that are finishable in the context of stitching on lots of things, as opposed to all of them were finishable if I stitched on just them for 3 or 4 months, and that's boring for YouTube. So yeah, I started 50 projects between the 18th of January and 25th of December 2022. I UFO'd by the end of 2022, and then last year I've UFO'd 4. And they are all big projects, and there are different reasons why. So the first one I UFO'd was the Mary Rose Inspiration Sampler, and that's one that I wanted to stitch alongside my friend Christine, who gave me those lovely little scissor charm things. But because she's a big square fabric needed, the only fabric I had in stash at the time that she would fit on, because I didn't want to buy anything, it was one of those last minute things, was 40 count. Oh, what's that fabric? I hate it. It's a linen, but it's a natural linen, and I couldn't see the holes, and it was just really rough. I gave a lot of it away. Hated the fabric. I probably stitched about a quarter of it. And so I do want to stitch it sometime in the future, but a completely different fabric. And I need to buy a fat half or something, because she doesn't fit on a fat quarter. And I very rarely buy fat halves of fabric. So I'll probably even just do antique white and just rely on the lovely thread palette. So, and then now that I'm going to restart it, I probably will change the palette a little bit. But anyway, that was the first one that I just didn't like stitching on it, even though I enjoyed looking at it when I made progress. I was like, oh, that's so pretty, but just hated it. The next one that I've UFO'd, it's in timeout because I'm still not sure, because every time I go to dekit it, I'm like, oh no, maybe I will finish it. So we'll see. It's just in timeout for now, but it's the 1816 Fairlander sampler, which was a freebie in a magazine. And she's a big one, and she's on 45 count, I think. I just don't like the chart, and of course it's not in Pattern Keeper because it's in a magazine. It's more like it was a reproduction sampler, so they looked like they charted where pieces of the chart were missing, and I wanted that not to be the case. So my first impression was, this chart's terrible. On reflection, I've had another look at it. I did start the bottom left-hand corner, and of course that's the corner of a chart where if a stitched piece was going to be damaged, it's probably going to be around the edges. So I think a lot of the chart's actually quite good. So I probably will give it another crack. I haven't stitched that much. But it's just in timeout for now. I've got so much else to stitch on. I'm not going to worry about it this year because I've got 30 other things I want to finish. The next one that I UFO'd was Forest Dream, Isabelle Harcourt-Vautier. I hate the floss that I chose. I like the floss, I just hate how it's not what, it doesn't have enough green in it, and then I started stitching it to kind of manipulate the thread, and I didn't like how that was going. But now that I've started, you kind of need to continue, and it's got not enough green in it. I wanted something more green. It's got too much brown in it, so I'm just abandoning it. I'm going to literally chop it off, use that fabric for something else. It's a lovely big piece of 40 count. It's too much stitching to pull out, and it's too dense, and I think it'll just wreck the fabric. So I'll just repurpose that fabric, and I'll cut it up later on with, I'm probably just going to use DMC, but do like a ombre, 3 shades of green or 4 shades of green kind of thing, because I think she's in the forest, should be in green. And I'm just going to do that another time. So what was that? One of them hate the fabric, one of them hate the chart, one of them I don't like. So one of them was fabric, one was the chart, and one was the floss. It's funny, I've UFO'd them all for different reasons. And the fourth one that I've UFO'd at the moment in timeout, I mentioned earlier this year, Fall from Teresa Wensler. Not sure about the fabric. And that's not that I don't like the fabric. She's on the call for 32 count antique white cream linen. But my other 3 Teresa Wenslers are on 25 count Lugana. And I have a thing, I'm a bit weird. I just like all my Teresa Wenslers to be on Lugana. And I should have known that. But it's just in timeout. Again, I've got so much else to stitch. Either I'm going to replace the fabric and restart it, or I'm just going to commit to it in a big chunk and get a big chunk done. And I'm not ready to do that right now. So those are 4 that I've UFO'd. So out of 50 projects, I've UFO'd 4. I finished 31 in 2022. I finished another 10 in 2023. I'm close to another finish. So I've got 5 whips. One of them is the one I just showed you, Southern Land. So that one's going to be finished this month. And then that leaves 4. They all have quite a bit of stitching to go on them. Crowns of the Kingdom, I'm hoping for a 2024 finish. Quinto Acuto, I'd love to finish it, but I know I need to dedicate like 2 months to it to finish it, because that's how much I had to dedicate to Long Death by Cross Stitch, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm hoping to get a good half of that done this year. The Moroccan Sampler, there is quite a bit of stitching to do, but I do want to finish that. And Here Be Dragons, the Monofocal Embroidery, which I do want to finish that as well. So I'm hoping that by the end of 2024, I will have, apart from the 4 UFOs, which are just in timeout, waiting for me to sort them out, I will have one 50-50 whip, which will be Quinto Acuto, the pointed 5th from Long Dog Sampler. There's my little update for people, a few people, and I was meant to do a funny accent, but I can't remember what that was. Judith and Sam know what I was talking about. Because they were like, you need to give people an update. People have been asking about it. So, yeah, that's where we're at with the 50-50. I see there's a few people, you see the 50-50 being planned for quite a few people. I know that Stitchy Sally did 6 for 60, so she started 6 projects for her 60th, and she talked about a few people looking to do 50-50. And I know, we don't talk about Jen Lee from, I can't remember what her YouTube channel is called. She doesn't really do YouTube very much anymore, does she? But does 24 hours across stitch. She did like 222 starts for 40 or something. It was a big, long, complicated rationale behind that. 50-50 was enough. But yeah, that's what I have been working on. That's the update on my 50-50. Get Southern Land out of the way, and then keep working on those other things. I'm quite keen to get a finish on. I'm just quite keen to get a couple more finishes in the bag. I do have just about everything I want in my stash needs quite a bit of stitching. I don't have anything really little, anything that's close to a finish, because that's just what's happened. I've ended up with a bunch of quite large samplers, so we'll just keep plugging away. I am pretty sure I'm not going to have 50 finishes this year, but that's also okay. It will make my finish parade quicker at the end of the year, won't it? Thanks again for coming along and saying hi. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Check out all the details, the projects and contact details and stuff from the doobly-doo. And I want to say see you next week, and if I enjoy your stitching, hope you're not, especially if you're in the southern hemisphere where it is just ridiculously hot, don't melt. If you're in the northern hemisphere, don't freeze, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.